Greetings fellow Vita fans, and once again I'm coming at you with another exciting video, and welcome one and all to the pilot episode of import-friendly Vita games, yeah! Now before I begin, I want to just give a huge thank you to all you guys for your support for that announcement video I made talking about this segment. I will admit I was a little hesitant to release it just because I thought to myself, import games, is anyone really going to be interested in that? But wow, you guys really blew my expectations out of the water. So many of you guys seem to be behind this. I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share these games with you guys, because as you know, I am a huge fan of import games, and I just really wanted to do this for the longest time. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. Now on to the first game. Tell me everyone, I have a question for you now. Ooh, bet you didn't expect this. Huh? Have you always dreamed about there being a Power Rangers game on the PlayStation Vita? By show of hands here, huh? How many of y'all wish that? Just me? Oh, wait, well, I saw two hands back there. Okay, well, for the three of us that have wanted that, I have a game right up your alley. This is Kamen Rider Battride War Genesis, and as this segment would imply, it was only available in Japan, which is a crying shame because this is a really fun game. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Kamen Rider series, don't feel bad about that. That's probably pretty common, especially over here in the West. It's a series that started up in the 1970s. Like I said, the best way I can describe it is that it's very similar to the Super Sentai, or as we know it over here in the West, Power Rangers. The series has blown up to be a full-fledged franchise in Japan and has even brought about some interesting cosplay in the past. Ooh, I like that one a lot better. So this particular game in the Kamen Rider series for Vita is an action beat-em-up game, and this is gameplay that definitely does the series justice. I honestly couldn't imagine it as anything else. And if you are a fan of the Kamen Rider series, this is pretty much a love letter to you because it has so much fan service I can't even begin to tell you. You get to play all of the Kamen Rider variants and partner characters that have been throughout the franchise over the years. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Best way I can describe this gameplay is it's kind of sort of like Dynasty Warriors, but a little bit more of a straight beat 'em up. And what I mean by that is there's not like waves and waves of enemies. Sure, you do get quite a bit of enemies on screen, but it's not to where any ridiculous amounts to where it's like you versus like 300. Maybe you versus like 25 or 50 or so at a time. The action just never stops, and one of the things I adore about it is that it maintains a constant frame rate all throughout, no matter how many enemies are on the screen at once. Controls are very fluid. Combos are very easy to pull off in this. It really comes down to you just hitting the square and triangle button in different combinations to do different move sets for your character. And you can even perform flashy finishing moves, which looks absolutely gorgeous on the Vita. And heck, I'm playing this on the PlayStation TV and my mouth is still dropping. Or in my case, just hit the air because I'm so out of practice at this. Bosses are large and in charge in this game, and I really have to say that for a beat 'em up like this, they are very satisfying to take down, and some even require a bit of strategy in order to do so. There is one little complaint, however, I do have with the actual gameplay, and it's kind of common in games like these. Titles where there's a lot of enemies on screen, they kind of just tend to stand around there and not really do much. They're pretty much there just waiting for you to beat them up. Sure, they do attack from time to time, but really and truly, I only found the bosses to be more of an actual challenge in this than the actual little enemies. Or as some people might refer to them in games like this, goons. You know, thugs, hired hands. You get the picture. One of this game's standout features is just its attention to detail. Playing this game, you really do feel like you're back in the 1970s, all the way from the cheesy, corny action music through the lines of dialogue spoken throughout. And on that note, that would be one of the only things you would actually really be missing out on this game, would be obviously its storyline. There are some CG cutscenes sprinkled throughout, but there's really not much of a plot going on. It's really just more smack talk between the two characters. Menus are very easy to navigate. It just goes from your simple save, load, options, and whatnot. And as you play the game, you automatically level up, so you don't have to worry about any kind of like crazy RPG confusing elements to go with the Japanese language. Level progression is also very easy. Basically, when you finish one level, it automatically gives you the option to choose the next level. And yeah, just disregard all my C rankings on there. C stands for cool, right? And yeah, I really can't highly recommend this game enough. It's just an absolute blast to play, especially if you're into the beat 'em ups like I am. I'm an absolute sucker for those. Uh-oh, I think I'm drooling again. Okay guys, and I guess that wraps it up for the official first pilot episode for import-friendly Vita games. Tell me, how did you like this segment? Or what did you not like about this segment? I'd love to hear your feedback down in the comments below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time.